Rachael with the double A. What's up? What's good? And today I'm back with another video. Today I'm doing the conspiracy theory or Mandela effect, but I haven't seen like this specific type of video. I'm doing the Walt Disney urban legends or conspiracy theories. Yeah. Let's just get into the video. I think this is going to be a good one. I hope. The first one is that Walt Disney still haunts the Firehouse apartment on Main Street at DisneyLand in Anaheim, California. It says that an employee was cleaning the apartment shortly after Disney died, and the lamp in the window kept turning on by itself. Now the park keeps the lamp on as tribute to Disney. People swear they occasionally see the curtains moving on their own. I do believe it because he did used to live up there sometimes because it was his apartment, and since Disneyland was the first Disney park open, so I don't know. These are all just my opinions, by the way, so okay. The second one is that Walt Disney doesn't have mothers in some of the Disney films is because he feels guilty about his mother's death. One of the theories says one reason is practical because the movies are 80 or 90 minutes long and Disney films are about growing up. They are about that day in your life when you have to accept responsibility. In shorthand, it is much quicker to have characters grow up when you bump off their parents. Bambi's mother gets killed, so he has to grow up. Belle only has a father, but he gets lost, so she has to step into that position. It's a story in shorthand. I guess that would be like a good theory or reason, but like, I don't know. I feel like bumping off their parents or parent is not like, I don't know how to explain it. Never mind. I'll just drop that one. The other theory is Walt Disney in the early 1940s bought a house for his mom and dad to move into. He had the studio guys come over to fix the furnace, but when his mom and dad moved in, the furnace leaked and his mother died. The housekeeper came in the next morning and pulled his mother and father on the front lawn. His father was sick and went to the hospital, but his mother had died. He would never talk about it. Nobody does. He never spoke about that time because he personally felt responsible because he had become so successful that he said, "Let me buy a house." It's every kid's dream to buy their parents a house, and just through a strange freak of nature, through no fault of his own, the studio workers didn't know what they were doing. So before his mother had even died, he had filmed Fantasia, Dumbo, Pinocchio, Bambi, and Snow White within a 5-year span, all before his mom died. And none of those movies had mothers, or they did, and it was like a stepmother, or the mother was barely shown, or killed off, or not even in the movie. So I think that like neither of those theories or reasons are like great in my opinion. I don't know. A bunch of Disney movies just don't have like mothers in them, or they are and they're stepmothers, or they're barely seen, or they're killed off. I don't know, I don't really have an opinion, I guess, on that. It's just like odd to me or interesting to me that that's a thing. Some of the movies that don't have a mother or like barely show her or there's a stepmother is Snow White, Bambi, Cinderella, Peter Pan, The Jungle Book, The Fox and the Hound, The Great Mouse Detective, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Pocahontas, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and The Emperor's New Groove. The movies being 80 to 90 minutes long is like, I guess, a better reason because he filmed Pinocchio, Dumbo, Fantasia, Bambi, and Snow White all before his mother died, and none of them had mothers in it, or they did, or they got killed off or anything. Or like they disappeared within the movie or something. And I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about that one. I just feel like it's interesting to me. I feel like it doesn't have to have a reason, I guess. The third and final conspiracy theory is kind of dark in my opinion, but it's also like interesting to me. So Walt Disney died of lung cancer, and they found a tumor on his left lung, and they gave him 6 months to 2 years to live, and he ended up living only 34 days, and then he ended up dying of lung cancer. And so Some belief is that he was cremated, not frozen. The other theories about Walt Disney's death is that he was either buried, or he is frozen, or his head is frozen underneath the Haunted Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean in Disneyland, which is not true. He was cremated. It says that Walt Disney was not frozen and his body and or head isn't underneath the Pirates of the Caribbean or Haunted Mansion ride. In reality, he died in 1966 from lung cancer and was cremated 2 days later. The urban legend likely dates back to an interview in 1972 given by Bob Nelson for Los Angeles Times. He said that Disney wanted to be frozen but stressed that he wasn't. Disney ashes are located at the Forest Lawn Cemetery in Glendale and have not been scattered around Disneyland. So there are facts that his body is not frozen, his head is not frozen. He was cremated 2 days after his death, and his family scattered his ashes at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California. So there are facts that he was not frozen. That's all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up. And if this is the first time seeing my face, subscribe down below. Push the little bell, and you will be notified every time that I post, which is every week. And stay happy, because, you know, Walt Disney, hello. Alright, that's it, guys. Bye. See you next week.